trend is not here.
No one saw this coming, folks. What was supposed to be a quiet chapter for Erika Kirk after last year's unimaginable tragedy has suddenly exploded into the most chaotic, jaw-dropping, and talked-about family drama of 2026. Picture this. The woman the world watched stand strong as the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk, now allegedly watching her carefully built image crack wide open. Because according to explosive new court documents that leaked faster than a bad TikTok trend, her ex from the past has stepped forward with her aggressive custody lawsuit. And the real bombshell? Sources close to the case are saying a DNA test has surfaced, one that reportedly raises serious questions about the paternity of the children the public always believed belonged to Charlie. Oh, it gets better, or worse, depending on who you ask. Viewers claim Erika was live on Instagram, smiling through a sponsored moment, when the headlines hit her screen. They say her face changed in an instant, eyes wide, phone nearly slipping, whispering something that sounded a lot like pure panic. The chat went absolutely feral. What DNA test? Who is this ex? Is this really happening? This isn't just another tabloid rumor, friends. This is the kind of twist that turns a private family matter into internet chaos overnight. Allegedly, the man Erika thought was long gone from her story just dropped proof that could rewrite everything the public thought they knew. But why now? Why after all this time? And what exactly is in those sealed documents that has everyone from conservative circles to gossip pages losing their minds? Stick around, because according to insiders who've seen the filings, this custody battle isn't just about the kids, it's about secrets that were supposedly buried deep. And if the early leaks are any indication, the internet is only getting started. No one saw this coming, folks. What was supposed to be a quiet chapter for Erika Kirk after last year's unimaginable tragedy has suddenly exploded into the most chaotic, jaw-dropping, and talked-about family drama of 2026. Picture this. The woman the world watched stand strong as the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk, now allegedly watching her carefully built image crack wide open. Because according to explosive new court documents that leaked faster than a bad TikTok trend, her ex from the past has stepped forward with an aggressive custody lawsuit. And the real bombshell? Sources close to the case are saying a DNA test has surfaced, one that reportedly raises serious questions about the paternity of the children the public always believed belonged to Charlie. Oh, it gets better, or worse, depending on who you ask. Viewers claim Erika was live on Instagram, smiling through a sponsored moment, when the headlines hit her screen. They say her face changed in an instant, eyes wide, phone nearly slipping, whispering something that sounded a lot like pure panic. The chat went absolutely feral. What DNA test? Who is this ex? Is this really happening? This isn't just another tabloid rumor, friends. This is the kind of twist that turns a private family matter into internet chaos overnight. Allegedly, the man Erika thought was long gone from her story just dropped proof that could rewrite everything the public thought they knew. But why now? Why after all this time? And what exactly is in those sealed documents that has everyone from conservative circles to gossip pages losing their minds? Let's dive straight into Section 1, introducing the scandal. Buckle up, because this story has layers. Erika Kirk, the widow of the late conservative activist Charlie Kirk, has been living under an intense spotlight ever since the tragic events of last year. For months, she presented herself as the strong, faithful mother trying to keep her family together and honor her husband's legacy. The internet praised her resilience. Brands reached out. Supporters rallied around her. But according to multiple online reports and court filings that surfaced recently, a ghost from her past has come back with a vengeance. This ex, reportedly someone she dated before marrying Charlie, has now filed a high-stakes custody lawsuit. And the documents, which leaked within minutes of being submitted, allegedly include DNA evidence that is shaking the entire narrative. Sources familiar with the situation claim the DNA test shows a 99.9% probability that the children are biologically linked to this ex, not to Charlie Kirk. Now, before anyone jumps to conclusions, remember, these are early leaks and court claims. Nothing is fully settled in a courtroom yet. But the internet doesn't wait for final verdicts. It runs with the drama. What makes this even spicier is Erika's carefully curated public image over the years. She built a reputation as the devoted Christian wife, the perfect conservative family figure standing beside one of the most influential voices in the movement. Interviews, conferences, social media posts, everything painted a picture of a rock-solid marriage and family. Yet, according to anonymous sources who say they knew her before she rose to prominence, there was always a more complicated chapter. One former associate reportedly described her previous relationship as turbulent and emotionally intense. They claim Erika was deeply involved with this man, tried to break away multiple times, but the connection lingered like a shadow she couldn't fully escape. When she started her life with Charlie, many close to the circle allegedly noticed how quickly things moved. The wedding happened fast. The public narrative shifted overnight to the perfect love story. Old social media posts mysteriously disappeared. Old friends from that earlier chapter were quietly distanced. It looked like a clean reset. Until now. The ex, according to the lawsuit filings circulating online, is not coming quietly. He is reportedly demanding full custody rights and claiming he was pushed out of the picture while Erika built a new life using the Kirk name and platform. Some online commentators are calling it the ultimate plot twist in a story that was already stranger than fiction. And here's where the sarcasm kicks in, folks. The same circles that once celebrated Erika's strength are now asking the uncomfortable questions. How did we miss the signs? Were the timelines always this fuzzy? Why did certain conversations about family resemblance get shut down so quickly in the past? Of course, Erika's team has stayed mostly silent so far. No major statement has dropped yet, which only fuels the fire. Meanwhile, Charlie's family and supporters are said to be furious. Some reports claim relatives have expressed long-held doubts that they kept private out of respect for Charlie while he was alive. Now, with documents allegedly showing inconsistencies, those doubts are pouring out into the open. The conservative community is split right down the middle. One side is calling for grace, reminding everyone that grief is messy and family matters should stay private. The other side is demanding full transparency, arguing that if the public was sold one story for years, they deserve the real one now. Social media is having a field day. Memes are flying. Reaction channels are pulling all-nighters. Hashtags like #DNA reveal and #KirkFamilyDrama are trending hard. Even people who never followed conservative politics are clicking in because the human drama is just too juicy. One popular commentator put it perfectly in a viral clip: "This isn't just about custody anymore. This is about whether an entire public image was built on a foundation that's now cracking under scientific proof." But let's be real, DNA tests don't lie. Courts take them seriously. If the reports are accurate and the test results hold up, this could force a complete rewriting of the family story the world was told. Erika reportedly tried to keep the filings sealed, but in 2026, nothing stays hidden for long. One courthouse insider allegedly told a gossip account that the moment the documents hit, phones started blowing up across multiple states. And the panic? Oh, the panic is palpable according to people who claim they saw her live stream. Hands shaking, voice cracking, ending the broadcast abruptly. Classic signs that someone just got hit with news they prayed would never surface. This scandal is tapping into something bigger than one family. It's touching on trust, deception, image versus reality, and how quickly the internet can turn on someone they once lifted up. As we move deeper, the real questions start piling up. What exactly did the ex submit as evidence? Are there messages, old photos, or timelines that tell a different story? And most importantly, how is Erika planning to respond when the full weight of public scrutiny lands? Because right now, the internet isn't just watching. It's dissecting every old video, every frozen smile, every carefully worded post from the past few years. This is only the beginning, folks. The DNA test has opened the door, but what walks through next could change everything we thought we knew about this story. This is only the beginning, folks. The DNA test has opened the door, but what walks through next could change everything we thought we knew about this story. Let's move into Section 2, Scandal Breakdown and Public Reactions. According to the leaked court documents that spread like wildfire across X and Instagram, the ex didn't just file a simple custody request. He allegedly came loaded with receipts, and I'm not talking about grocery bills. Sources close to the filing claim he submitted DNA results, old text messages, timestamped emails, and even a detailed timeline that reportedly shows inconsistencies in the official story the public was given for years. One anonymous source who claims to have seen parts of the filing told a popular conservative commentary channel, "This isn't a desperate ex looking for attention. This looks like someone who feels he was erased from his own children's lives while another man raised them under a completely different narrative." The internet, as expected, lost its collective mind. Within hours of the leak, reaction videos were popping up every few minutes. Some creators were genuinely shocked, while others couldn't hide their sarcasm. One well-known YouTuber joked, "So we went from perfect conservative power couple to Maury show plot twist faster than you can say you are not the father." But let's talk about the real fuel behind this fire, the alleged cover-up. According to circulating reports, the ex claims he was pushed to stay silent for years with promises that things would be handled. He reportedly alleges that Erika knew about the paternity situation long before the children were presented to the world as Charlie's. Some online sleuths have gone back and re-examined old pregnancy announcements, family photos, and interviews, pointing out moments where Erika allegedly looked uncomfortable when questions about timelines or genetics came up. One former friend, speaking anonymously to a gossip page, allegedly said, "She was always nervous whenever anyone mentioned how much the kids looked like certain people. She would change the subject so fast it gave people whiplash." Now, here comes the part that has conservative circles particularly rattled. Charlie Kirk was known for being a man of strong values, faith, and family principles. If the allegations in the lawsuit hold any weight, and again, these are still allegations, many are asking whether he was aware of the full truth or whether he too was allegedly kept in the dark. Supporters of Erika are pushing back hard, calling this a vicious attack on a grieving widow. They argue that bringing up such sensitive matters so publicly after Charlie's tragic passing is cruel and unnecessary. She deserves privacy and grace during the hardest time of her life, one supporter wrote in a viral post. On the flip side, critics are not holding back. They claim this goes beyond personal drama and touches on public deception. If the public was sold one image for years and that image was allegedly built on a massive lie, then people have every right to feel betrayed, said one commentator who has been covering the story closely. The reactions have been brutal and hilarious at the same time. Memes comparing the situation to popular reality TV shows are everywhere. One meme showed Erika's face from that Instagram live with the caption, "When the group chat finds out the plot twist." Another creator quipped, "DNA tests don't care about your brand deals, sis." Even bigger names are starting to weigh in. Candace Owens reportedly liked a post that hinted at more leaks coming soon, sending the internet into even more speculation. Some close associates of the Kirk family are said to be furious, with reports claiming that Charlie's parents have grown increasingly skeptical and are demanding answers. According to fresh leaks shared by investigative accounts, the ex is not only asking for custody but is also accusing Erika of what he calls paternity misrepresentation for personal and social gain. He allegedly claims that being connected to the Kirk name gave her access to opportunities, platforms, and support that she might not have had otherwise. Of course, Erika's defenders call this revenge from a bitter ex. They say he is trying to cash in on the tragedy and destroy what's left of her reputation. Why wait until now? They ask. If this was true, why didn't he speak up earlier? The ex's side reportedly answers that he tried to stay away as promised, but after Charlie's death and seeing how the children were being raised without any acknowledgement of their biological roots, he felt he had no choice but to step forward. The public is divided like never before. On one side you have people saying protect Erika at all costs, she's been through enough. On the other, you have those demanding full transparency. If there was deception, the children deserve to know the truth. Everyone does. What's making this scandal particularly sticky is the mix of faith, politics, and family values that surrounded the Kirk brand for years. Many in the conservative space feel this story strikes at the heart of the image they tried to project: strong families, honesty, and moral clarity. Meanwhile, the internet detectives are working overtime. They are pulling up old deleted posts, comparing facial features in photos, and creating detailed timelines. One viral thread claims to show a 3-week gap in Erika's public activity years ago that allegedly lines up with certain events. Whether that means anything or is just conspiracy thinking remains to be seen. According to one courthouse insider who spoke to a drama channel on the condition of anonymity, the case is moving faster than expected. The judge has reportedly requested more documents, and there's talk that additional evidence, including possible old communications, may be unsealed soon. Erika herself has gone noticeably quiet on social media. Her last few posts before the scandal exploded were typical faith-based messages and family appreciation. Now, radio silence. Some say she's holed up with lawyers trying to figure out damage control. Others claim she's genuinely devastated and overwhelmed by how quickly this has spiraled. The sarcasm in the comment sections is next level. One user wrote, "Nothing says honor your husband's legacy like allegedly rewriting the entire family tree after he's gone." Another joked, "Charlie Kirk spent his life fighting the culture war. Turns out the real battle was in the DNA results." But behind all the memes and hot takes, there's real human pain here. Children are at the center of this. No matter how this custody battle turns out, their lives are being dragged into the public arena in ways no child should experience. As the hours turn into days, the pressure keeps building. Will Erika address the claims directly? Will more evidence drop? Are we about to see a full-blown legal war between the ex, Erika, and possibly even members of Charlie's family? According to sources, Charlie's parents have grown increasingly vocal behind the scenes. Some reports suggest they submitted their own statement to the court expressing shock and demanding clarity. If true, that would add another explosive layer to an already nuclear situation. The scandal has now moved far beyond conservative circles. Mainstream gossip sites that normally ignore this world are covering it because the human drama is simply too compelling. From power couple to paternity bombshell, headlines like that write themselves. And the biggest question hanging over everyone's head is this. If the DNA test is as conclusive as the leaks suggest, how does someone rebuild their public life after something this massive comes out? We're watching a carefully constructed image face its biggest test yet. And the internet, with its endless appetite for drama, is not going to look away anytime soon. But wait, it gets even messier. Because this isn't stopping at custody and DNA. The fallout is only beginning, and what comes next could shake things up even more. But wait, it gets even messier. Because this isn't stopping at custody and DNA. The fallout is only beginning, and what comes next could shake things up even more. Let's move into Section 3, Fallout and Consequences. Folks, if you thought the DNA leak was explosive, just wait until you see how fast this situation is spiraling out of control. According to multiple sources following the case, the custody lawsuit has now triggered a full-scale crisis mode for everyone involved. Lawyers are working overtime, family members are taking sides, and the court of public opinion is delivering its verdict faster than any judge ever could. Reports claim that Charlie's family has become increasingly vocal behind the scenes. Some insiders allege that his parents have submitted statements expressing deep shock and betrayal, reportedly demanding full disclosure of all documents related to the children's paternity. If these reports are accurate, this means the once united front is cracking, and the Kirk family could be heading toward a very public and painful split. Legal experts watching the case say this could get extremely complicated. One prominent family law commentator appeared on a live stream and stated, "If the DNA evidence holds up in court, we could be looking at serious questions about parental rights, possible fraud claims, and long-term custody battles that might drag on for years." He added with a heavy sigh, "This isn't just messy, it's the kind of case that destroys reputations on every side." The financial side is also raising eyebrows. Erika has reportedly built several brand partnerships, speaking engagements, and online platforms since the tragedy. Critics are already questioning how those opportunities were tied to the public image of being Charlie Kirk's widow and mother of his children. Some sarcastic online voices are calling it the ultimate brand risk, suggesting that sponsors might start quietly distancing themselves if the story keeps getting worse. On social media, the backlash has been intense and merciless. Comments under Erika's older posts are flooded with everything from disappointment to outright anger. One viral comment, read, "We supported you through the hardest time. And now this?" The timelines never added up and everyone was too polite to say it. Another user joked darkly, "Congratulations, you played yourself in 4K with DNA proof." Even some of her former supporters are turning. A few conservative influencers who once defended her are now staying silent or posting vague Bible verses about truth and honesty. Meanwhile, drama channels are eating this up. One creator posted a 45-minute breakdown titled "The Mask Just Fell Off" and it gained over 1 million views in less than 24 hours. But here's where it gets really interesting, and a bit scary. According to courthouse sources, the judge has reportedly requested additional sealed exhibits to be reviewed. Rumors are flying that these exhibits may include old communications, photos, and possibly even voice messages from years ago. One anonymous tipster told a gossip account, "There's way more than just DNA in those files. The missing weeks, the sudden wedding, the deleted accounts, it's all connected." Candace Owens, never one to stay quiet, reportedly liked and shared several posts hinting that more truth is coming. That single action sent conspiracy theorists into overdrive. People are now demanding the release of any additional evidence, with hashtags like #releasethemessages and #fulltransparency trending strongly. Erika's team, from what we can tell, is in full damage control mode. Some reports claim she has brought in high-profile PR crisis managers and is considering legal action to try and seal more documents. But in today's world, sealing information is like trying to put toothpaste back in the tube, almost impossible. The human cost of all this is undeniable. At the center are 2 young children who never asked for any of this spotlight. No matter how the custody battle ends, their lives have now been thrust into a very public arena. Psychologists appearing on news segments are warning that the constant online chatter and media attention could have long-lasting effects on the kids. For Erika herself, The consequences could be life-altering. If the court rules against her or if more damaging information continues to leak, she risks losing not just custody rights but also the public platform and support system she has relied on. Some observers are already speculating about possible financial strain if brand deals dry up and legal fees start piling up. On the flip side, the ex is also facing heavy criticism. Many are calling him opportunistic, saying he waited until after Charlie's death to make his move. Others defend him, arguing that every father has the right to know and be part of his children's lives. The internet, as usual, has turned this into a team sport, Team Erika versus Team X, with very little room for nuance. What makes this story so addictive is how it mixes real tragedy with scandal. Charlie Kirk's assassination was a devastating blow to many. Now, his widow finding herself in the middle of such a personal firestorm feels almost cruel. Yet the questions about honesty, image, and truth keep coming. Some commentators are using this moment to talk about larger issues, how public figures build perfect-looking lives on social media, and how quickly those illusions can crumble when reality hits. One sarcastic creator summed it up perfectly: "They sold us the Christian power couple dream. Turns out it might have been sponsored by Plot Twist Incorporated." As the days go by, the pressure keeps mounting. Will Erika make a public statement addressing the DNA claims? Will more audio or documents surface? Could this case even lead to broader investigations into how certain narratives were shaped over the years? Legal analysts say the next few weeks will be critical. Hearings are reportedly being scheduled, and the possibility of mediation or even temporary custody orders is on the table. One thing is clear: this story is far from over. The internet has a short attention span, but this one has all the ingredients to stay alive: betrayal, science, faith, politics, and money. It's the perfect storm for endless commentary, reaction videos, and late-night debates. So here we are, watching what started as a private family matter turn into one of the biggest public dramas of the year. Whether you feel sympathy for Erika, support for the ex, or sadness for the children and Charlie's legacy, one thing unites everyone: nobody saw this level of chaos coming. And if the insiders are right, we haven't even seen the full picture yet. More leaks, more reactions, and possibly more shocking revelations could drop at any moment. Now, let's talk about you. What do you think is really going on here? Do you believe Erika is a grieving widow being unfairly attacked by her past, or do you think this DNA bombshell reveals a much bigger story that was hidden for years? Are the children the real victims in all of this, and should the public even be involved in such a personal matter? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. Do you think more evidence is going to come out? Are we about to see a major shift in how this story is told? Or do you believe this whole situation is being blown out of proportion and privacy should be respected? Whatever side you're on, I want to hear it. The more comments we get, the faster the algorithm pushes this conversation to more people who need to see the truth, or at least the version of it that's unfolding right now. If you're as hooked on this developing story as I am, smash that like button right now. It really helps the channel bring you these fast-breaking updates. Turn on notifications so you don't miss part 4 when the next leak inevitably drops, because trust me, with the way things are moving, something big is coming. Subscribe and join the community that refuses to look away when the polished images start cracking. We're in this for the long haul, following every twist, every court filing, and every public reaction until the full picture finally emerges. This scandal has already changed how a lot of people view trust, image, and truth in the public eye. The question now is, how much more will it change before it's over? Thank you for watching. Stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one when the next chapter of this unbelievable story drops. Because believe me, folks, this is nowhere near finished. So here we are, folks. What started as a quiet custody filing has now turned into one of the wildest, most jaw-dropping scandals of 2026. DNA tests, leaked documents, panicked live streams, family betrayals, and enough plot twists to make a Hollywood writer jealous. Erika Kirk's carefully built world is shaking, and the internet is loving every single second of it. But let's be honest, this story is far from over. If the insiders are right, more leaks, more messages, and possibly even more explosive evidence could drop at any moment. The question everyone is asking is simple: how much deeper does this rabbit hole actually go? Now I want to hear from you, the real ones who stuck around till the end. Tell me in the comments right now. Do you think Erika is a grieving widow being unfairly dragged through the mud by a bitter ex? Or do you believe the DNA test just blew the lid off a much bigger story that was hidden for years? Are the children the biggest victims here? Or should the public demand full transparency when someone builds their entire brand on a family image? And the biggest question of all, When the next leak drops, do you think Erika's public image will survive? Or is this the beginning of the end? I want your wildest theories, your hottest takes, and your honest opinions. No filter. Drop them below. The more comments we get, the faster this story spreads and the quicker we can bring you the next update. If you're as addicted to this drama as I am, hit that like button right now. It helps the algorithm push this video to more people who need to see what's really going on. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single update when the next bombshell inevitably hits. Because trust me, with the way things are moving, something massive is coming soon. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and join the family. We don't just cover the news, we expose the chaos behind the polished images and give you the unfiltered truth with a side of sarcasm. This scandal has already broken the internet once. Let's see how many more times it can break before it's all said and done. Thank you for watching till the end. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and whatever you do, don't look away now. I'll see you in the next video when the next chapter drops. Until then, what do you think is really happening? Comment below. I'm reading every single one. Peace out.